Xbox is currently having the worst month ever. There's been news about Redfall only running at 30 frames a second and calls for a boycott. They released a bunch of financial reports last night discussing the fact that the Xbox console sales are down a full 30%, which is freaking insane. And now the Activision Blizzard deal is officially blocked. It's done. Microsoft is not buying Call of Duty. But let's discuss the intricacies of this, because the reason it got blocked is a bit stupid. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm recording this at 7:30 a.m. And you know what? I rolled out of bed and I'm immediately talking about this because I seriously love talking video games. Thanks to everybody who subscribes. Let's see if this video can get 5,000 likes. So here we are over on Twitter. This is Jez Corden, the king of Xbox himself. This guy does some of the best Xbox reporting, and he says this: in a major win for market leader PlayStation, the UK regulator, the CMA, has blocked the Xbox Activision deal over cloud concerns. This means that cloud providers like Nvidia don't get Call of Duty, hilariously. Now, obviously, this is the major angle that a lot of people are very upset about. I mean, PlayStation has been really fighting against this deal since its onset. Whenever we first heard about this merger of Activision Blizzard, World of Warcraft and Candy Crush and everything else getting rolled into the Xbox Game Pass brand would have been a massive win, and PlayStation seems to have managed to convince them otherwise. Now, the actual details of this are a little bit insane because it sounds like their biggest problem is actually this. They're worried that this deal could alter the future of the fast-growing cloud gaming market, leading to reduced innovation and less choice for UK gamers over the years to come. Yes, that's correct. This is the biggest actual thing that they are upset about. They are actually saying, well, Microsoft already has very good cloud services. Microsoft has cloud servers. Microsoft could actually take games like Call of Duty and put them in the cloud before anybody else and end up swaying all future advances in technology. Now, this is a very strange hill to die on. Microsoft has a strong position in cloud gaming services, and with the evidence available, the CMA thinks that it would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision games exclusive to its own cloud gaming services. Now, a lot of people are already realizing that this is the death toll of Xbox, this deal anyways. I wonder where Xbox goes from here. I fully expect it to fall through in the coming weeks and months. It's a little bit like being back to square one. Now, technically, inside this big appeal, they are allowed to actually fight back. Microsoft is already releasing statements. In fact, in this article, they are saying, you know what? We're absolutely going to battle this. We're absolutely going to do our best. Microsoft engaged constructively with us to try and get us to address these issues. We're going to do this. So it does sound like Microsoft is still going to try and push this. Right here is the president of Microsoft. We remain fully committed to the acquisition and we will appeal it. I think at this point they're trying to just do some PR speak. I think they realize that this is not going to actually happen. So now we kind of need to worry about what happens next. I do see, I'll be honest, I see a lot of Xbox Twitter is absolutely in shambles. I'm not going to show any of their tweets because it's kind of rude, but there were people yesterday who were saying, I can't wait to shove this down Sony ponies' throats. I hope that PlayStation players choke on this deal. I'm sure those people are going to wake up and have a very bad day. But you also have the other side of the coin, which is stuff like this. People saying, thank God, looking at the state of Xbox game studios and how many high-level executives are leaving due to development hell, I do not trust Microsoft one bit with Activision franchises. This is great news. But I do also see stuff like this that's interesting. This is not a great week for Xbox. I gotta wonder what this means for Phil Spencer. I'll be honest, I haven't even considered the idea that Phil Spencer might lose his job. I mean, I guess it's definitely possible, but Phil Spencer has been leading this charge towards Game Pass so strictly. What happens next? Now, here's something I actually believe in the most. I will reiterate again that if the Activision Blizzard deal falls apart in the coming weeks, I fully expect Xbox to use that $68 billion to buy other, smaller game companies. Ubisoft, CD Projekt Red, Sega, WB Games, Capcom, etc. It's all about growing Game Pass with talented studios and IP. Now, this, I think, is the biggest lesson that everybody is going to learn. The biggest reason that, this entire deal took so long is the sheer size of Activision Blizzard. I mean, the company is a monolith. It has thousands of employees all over the planet, multiple studios working on multiple consoles, working on multiple developer areas and stuff. That is an acquisition that takes years and so much approval, so much oversight. If you bought a smaller company like CD Projekt Red or Sega or Ubisoft, these are still big companies in the grand scheme of the industry, but by comparison, this is a drop in the bucket compared to how massive Activision Blizzard is. I guess I'm just so interested in this because everybody seems to be very confused by the cloud gaming stint of this. In fact, they actually released a further statement here. The CMA is saying that while it's beneficial that consumers that Activision games would end up on Game Pass, Microsoft would have all the incentives to increase Game Pass prices, ultimately harming consumers. This was actually one of the biggest arguments brought up during the court case directly, was that right now Game Pass is cheap. Game Pass is incredibly cheap. It's the best deal in gaming. People talk about that constantly, is that there's day-and-date releases, everything Microsoft is coming out with, which, I mean, obviously isn't much. Microsoft doesn't really make that many games, but they get third-party stuff and indie stuff, and everything that's on Game Pass typically stays on Game Pass for $10 a month. They are basically saying, okay, well, with a $68 billion acquisition, they're probably going to jack up the price. They're going to try and actually make it profitable for Xbox. If you're buying something like that, you got to make sure you make that money back. I guess I understand this argument, but I didn't actually expect a Game Pass increase in price for a couple years. It feels like CMA is trying to protect people from a problem that doesn't exist yet. I gotta be honest, I feel bad for a lot of those Xbox dudes. There are a lot of people out there who really were wanting this win. I'll be honest, I saw a lot of tweets, and I've shown them in videos of people who wanted Call of Duty to become exclusive. They wanted Call of Duty to get taken from PlayStation as fast as possible, and now that's just never gonna happen. Man. You know, just for fun, let's click the Activision Blizzard hashtag. Let's see what people are freaking out about. Activision Blizzard stock is absolutely plummeting, technically in pre-market. Oh man, look at that. It's everybody's just talking about the fact that this deal is just being blocked. UK government dealt a huge blow to Xbox Activision Blizzard deal. Man, it's donezo. It's absolutely donezo. Gosh. Well, that's it, folks. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Good morning, good evening, or good night. You guys rock. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Oh, my God. Oh, man. I literally got out of bed just a minute ago. Oh, my God. I'm tired. Oh. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.